Hey everyone, Kevin Ryan here with Refiners Fire Services. Today we're just going to go through just building a wood fire in a wood fireplace. This is a traditional masonry fireplace, and for those of you who need some help building a fire, I'm going to go show you. So what you're going to need is you're going to need fuel, different types of fuel, small kindling, okay, small twigs, small pieces of wood, some little bit larger pieces of wood, some 2x4 type size or something like that, and then some larger log pieces, half split logs and stuff like that, and of course a match and a little bit of newspaper or something to get the kindling going. So I'm going to just pile loosely up the kindling onto the log grate. And I'm doing this because I know that there is, you want plenty of air inside the kindling, but I also have air coming in underneath it where I'm going to put my newspaper. So the log grate raises it up off the firebox floor, so it gives it plenty of air. You got to have three things for a fire: air, fuel, and heat. Remove any one of those three and you don't have a fire. So got that. Then I'm going to put some of the leftover burnt wood from yesterday's fire. That one's a little big. I think this one's a little big. I think I'll put some other stuff on here first. And you want to stack it so it has air between it, loosely, but in a structure that, as it burns, it will collapse in on itself, fueling itself. Okay, so I've got that going. So you can see maybe right there, it's got some good stack of wood there. That's going to build a basis for our fire. Once we get that going, that's going to have a solid foundation for our fire. You're going to build a good bed of coals with that. And once you got a good bed of coals for that, you'll have a basis for a fire that'll last all evening, because you'll be able to add the bigger stuff to it once it's established. So just use one match, light the paper, got it going in there. Now the paper is going to burn fairly quickly. It's going to burn hot and fast, and you just want to slowly feed in more paper long enough to get that bed of kindling that you put down there first going. Once that's going and established, your fire's on its way. You don't want to stuff a lot of paper in there first, because the more paper you stuff in there, the less air you're going to have in there. You've got to have that air. So you slowly add in a little bit more paper. Now this paper works pretty good, but there's something that works even better. Paper towels or newspaper soaked with bacon grease. So when you've cooked the bacon and you got this bacon grease left over, you just wipe it up with paper towels. You soak it up with paper towels, or you pour some of that bacon grease over some newspaper, and then you store it. And when you're ready to go, you light that, and that acts like a fire starter. The paper burns, but also the bacon grease burns and lasts longer and gets your fire started with less effort. Best part about that, you get to eat the bacon. So you can see it's going pretty good. It's established. The kindling at the bottom is going. It's burning and lighting the larger pieces on top. Now that we've got that going, we can add some larger pieces. See, I know that this is going to go, and I won't have to do much more with it. So, I'm adding some larger pieces, and notice I'm kind of leaning them up along the side of it and then turning them towards the back a little bit. So as they burn, as the stuff inside here burns, it's going to condense down, and these ones will fall inward, okay, feeding the fire. Also, suppose you got a little bit of wet wood. It's not quite seasoned as much as it should be, or maybe it's been out in the weather a little bit more than you wanted it, and it got a little wetter than you want. Once you've got a nice established fire with some good dry wood and stuff like that, you can start putting that wood on the fire as well, because the heat will dry out some pieces as it burns, and then they'll fall in there and you'll have a more sustained fire. But you don't want to use real wet wood, just slightly wetter than it needs to be. But alright, that's set. That's going to burn really nice for an hour or two or more. All set. Nice and cozy.